Hey, good morning. Just popping on quickly, getting myself ready to do some teaching. And a lot of people are like, why do you put makeup on? You know, we just have habits, is what it comes down to. So I've started my every day with the same routines, literally, since I was probably 12, maybe 13 years old. I get dressed the same way. My daughters and I were just having a little talk about this because they were like, do you do your hair first and then get dressed, or do you get dressed and then do your hair? Do you do your makeup before you do your hair? Like, how does all that work? And it got me to thinking a lot about us, you and I, the carnivore community, people attacking people. I'm a kind person. And so when I get near where there's like confrontation, or if there is dogmatic behavior, things like that, like I literally cannot go there. I just don't, I'm not combative. I'm not confrontational. These things make me extremely nervous. And so, of course, from there, we got to thinking about like, why do we have these things? If you have something to say, you feel like, you need to defend yourself, go ahead and do it. Where I've always felt like it's a little bit, for me, not everybody, a little bit more like biblical. And I feel like you need to go to that person and see if you can work it out. Just try to make amends there. I have had a confrontation with other people in my life, and I've asked them, like, let's sit down and talk about it. Let's try and figure out something that sets up a win-win situation for both parties, not like cut it off and, just kill it and walk away from it, because in the long run, that doesn't solve anything, and it's very un-Christ-like. Like, literally, if you're a Christian, God wants you to bring healing. He wants you to bring relationships back together, which then got me into like, who are we, and like, how did we get here? So do we change who we are, or do we just change our patterns? And I've done a lot of classes, courses, oh my gosh, massive amounts, where everything is learning to have like win-win situations, because we didn't become who we are today just like overnight, and we don't get to change who we are overnight. We have to remember who we were in order to know who we want to become. And when we rewire these patterns, it just makes it so much easier for us to keep winning instead of losing. We naturally will want to stop believing in ourselves. We want to stop showing up. But really, long-term consistency is what brings all of that back into action, because we have to take action first in order to start to see results. It doesn't like sit here and go, oh, when I get motivated, I'm going to get up and work out with Coach Lisa. No, we have to honor every single day the habit that we used to have and the new habits that we are developing. That's really what creates the core of who we are. The core of what we eat is carnivore, for sure. For me, there's no other way. For you, maybe you're keto, maybe you're Mediterranean. The best part is I love you no matter what, right? And if you have an issue and you want to try and fix it, I would gladly help you through the carnivore way. That's my niche. That's my road. That's where I'm at. And I have evolved here by lots of other issues and other diets that failed. And this gives me not only experience, but a testimony. It gives me sound evidence that teaches me what works for our bodies. I mean, let's face it, you don't get to be this age and be super healthy because you took all the wrong turns. You keep looking for what's working for you. That's what's going to be. The world needs more people who are consistent, aren't jumping ship, that know how to stay the road, that are willing to do the work to get there. Because we have to act first. That is the most important thing. And we have to honor each habit that moves us to the next step. It's not the steps and then the habit. It is making the habits and taking the steps to get there. When we show up, even when it's inconvenient, when we make the right choices, even when that piece of cheesecake looks great or whatever it is, it's when we're uncomfortable that we really start to grow. And when we have the holiday season upon us and things are getting more and more candy in front of you, you're having sugar days, or, no condemnation at all. Like, literally, if you did it, you did it. But what you do with the next day and the next step either makes or breaks you. This is where you either get in there and you drive and you push through those uncomfortable moments. You're unrewarded at that moment, but you say, you know what? This is when my brain really decides to begin to believe in you and to believe in me. So then every day you get up and you do the habit, not because somebody's rewarding you, not because somebody goes, oh, good job getting out of bed this morning, sweetheart. No, you did it because you know it's the right thing and it's a habit. Then after you start to see the results, there is some reward of dopamine, motivation, glory. There's some things that start to happen. You start to see the difference in your body. You start to see the difference in your mindset, your thought process, anxiety flees. All of these things start to come in together because belief doesn't come before the action. You must take the action. Go get dressed, put your clothes out the night before, get your workout set, finish your workout. Take time to invest in you. The more you do this and the more times that you've done this, you're going to really start to trust you. You're going to trust your decisions, who you are, what you're capable of, and then you could do habit stacking. You could just keep adding on and adding on and adding on, and you'll think back to those first 3 habits that you chose today to do. I got out of bed on time. I went to bed on time. I got some sunlight. 3 basic habits. But then all of a sudden you've got 100 basic habits and you look back at those first 3 and you're like, wow, I remember when those 3 were really hard to do for 21 days. It was really a struggle, but you made it. And then you start to have that confidence and that strength that you are able to overcome the old you, and you created this new you, which is beautiful and it's sustaining. It's what the world needs. We need more, not just overnight success and then they're gone, or they used to call them like one song wonders, right? We all know that one song wonder, but what we want to be is consistent. And the world needs consistency. The world needs love. The world needs more people like you who are willing to take the step that it takes to go through what I call the toll gate, right? So you got to pay the tolls of discomfort to get to the comfort. And when you miss a day, don't throw in the whole towel. Pick it back up, wipe your tears, wipe your sweat, and then get back to that workout. If you stumble, the same thing. Step back up the next day because you have already come through that toll. And I don't want you to fall back faster than the way you're going forward. We've kind of all heard that saying, 2 steps back, 1 back forward, or 1 step forward. I want you to know that every time you have returned to who you are carving a deeper person that has habitual habits that says, I can do this again and again, again and again. Why? Because you have deeper grooves in your mind, your neurotransmitters are working better, you have a new path to success, you have a new way of life, you have created a more powerful you. This is what makes the true difference in the one song wonder and the person who chooses this for a long time. You know, it doesn't really matter whether it's been 5 years, 15 years, 20 years, 65 years on your path, because it's not a time distance reward. It is the fact that you made a lifestyle change for life. You've just made this change for life. So that means to your last breath. I hear people all the time kind of congratulating themselves that they've been carnivore for 20 years or 25 years or 45 years. It's so much more than that, because you're still trying to compare your time to my time or your duration. And that makes somebody else feel really small if they've only been carnivore for an hour. They're still on the road to a new lifestyle, creating a new you. It's not about the time. It's about the time you're spending right now. What are you doing with your life today in order to sustain and build the future you? It's powerful when you get inside that brain and you really start to look at your habits and you realize that we didn't change who we are, but what we did was we changed our nutrition. We changed our habits. We became more of who we want and we're meant to be by these small, minor choices that we do every day, because you only have today. It doesn't really matter if you've been carnivore for 15 years, 25 years, 100 years. Like, really, it doesn't matter, because those days are gone. And we don't need to really look forward and say, I'm going to be carnivore for 90 days. Yeah, it's a great starting point. It's a goal. But the truth is, you have to say today, I'm going to be carnivore for as long as I'm breathing. I'm going to make this choice. And if it's keto, ketovore, whatever it is, it's in that moment on that day, which could be 5 years out from now, it could be 15 years out from now. We don't know the future. But what we do know today, by doing these hard things, when we make hard choices, we really make progress. And I want you to know that when you do the hard thing again and again and again, it starts to feel like home. And it's comfortable knowing that you make the choice to get out of bed a half hour earlier just to do your walking. It's a nice thing when it was hard to get up from the desk where you're beat from a long day's work, and you still make that choice to do what comes next. I have clients all the time. They're like, Coach, you don't understand. You just don't understand. I work all day. I'm like, so do I. But no, you don't understand. Like, I've been sitting at a desk for 10 hours. I'm like, yeah, I get up at 4 a.m. I work until 8 p.m. I've been in my chair the same as you. The difference is I am dedicated to my body, my mind, and my spirit to be better each and every day. So do I beat myself down if I don't hit 10,000 steps? No, I do record it, but I don't look at it. The only time I might look at it, all of a sudden I realize, wow, I think it's been 2 or 3 days since I hit my steps, my goals. Where am I lacking? What can I do to make that better? What habit should I improve on? Because that's what takes me to the next level. I hope I can help you guys. I really do. I want to bring light, life, laughter, and love back to our community, back to the carnivore way. It should not be depressing and a struggle and hard, because I want you to have the belief in action, and I want you to know that belief is a reward. It is the consistency of doing these things, because your brain is going to say to yourself one of these days, job well done, job well done, job well done. Because when you've done this enough times in your life, you're also going to start to trust you and your judgment and what works for you. So let's do each other a favor. Let's not attack one another. Let's focus in our own garden, pull our own weeds, focus on our own selves. That does not mean you're selfish, by the way. You could still listen to everybody. You could interact with them. But there's no reason to get on there and boast about how good you are, or boast about how fat you are, or feel guilty and have shame and sorrow because you ate something. Instead, let's come together. Let's really focus on coming together, lifting one another up, being encouraging, edifying. These are the way that we really want to show the world what the carnivore community looks like. In the last couple weeks, if this would have been my first couple weeks, I probably would have looked at the carnivore community and thought, wow, I really see some great people here. I really want to be a part of this. And then I would have seen some people that I would have thought to myself, okay, this is narcissism. This is sarcasm. This does not align with my long-term goals. This feels to me like people are just looking for more clicks and more followers and more subscribers because they want more bank account. I'd like for you to know that I align my body with my neurotransmitters, discipline, focus, identity, and through those actions, yes, I get dopamine, I get effort, and when my brain sees I put in the effort, it rewards me. And my brain is constantly searching for more habits, more discipline, more direction. Every day, they're just in there, these neurotransmitters, looking for what they should do next. So today, stop, write down your habits, get a journal, write down how you feel. How's your carnivore travel going? Share it on your YouTube. Be the light to somebody else's life. And really important, start focusing how to transform negative thoughts, negative energy into something that's really positive, because that's what I teach in my course. I teach mindset, positivity. Don't beat yourself up. That's also not an excuse to fall off the wagon. It's really not. But when you feel resistance, remember that could be your cortisol talking to you. When you feel resistance, remember that it's okay to pay that toll again. It's okay to dig back in there and come back out more powerful again. Well, I got to go teach. I have habits that aren't going to be broken, but I did want to hop on really quick and just kind of give you guys an overview of how to take time to let your brain transform the negative habits to positive habits. I wanted to inspire you today. Don't go into the dogmatic world. Don't always be seeking immediate relief, immediate response that's external. Start working on that internal, and the external will show itself down the road. See you guys back soon. Take care. And as always, God bless you. Love you guys.